I played Diablo. No, not that one. This Diablo from 1996.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Oh, he said the thing! He said the thing. Nice.
I forced myself to actually play the game, not just boot it up once, cringe at the graphics and never touch it again. I wanted to see if the older Diablo games still held up. My goal for this video is to answer if the game is even worth playing. Could I even have fun with it? And if you should even bother playing the first game in the series. So let me show you a little bit of my experience with Diablo 1. My mom was friends with a lady that was married to a wealthy man. When we used to go visit their huge house, I would always be excited to go play PS1 with their son who was my age. I never had one at the time, so for hours I would love playing at his house because he had a console and a gaming PC. One day he put in a new CD, it spun up, and big letters stood before me, Diablo. Playing Diablo co-op on PlayStation 1 was groundbreaking for little me at the time. And unlike kids today, I've never shied away from isometric games because at that age my dad introduced me to Age of Empires 1. I was so enthralled by the game. Walking through Tristram, talking to Griswold and trying to figure out how to get gold to buy a sword. And the first time I saw that dying man laying on the tainted ground,
Please, listen to me.
no thanks, bye. That was the day I knew that dark fantasy was my favorite style of video game. This is the main reason why I like covering RPG games. I'm always on the lookout for cool, obscure dark fantasy games. Anyway, that was the first time I played Diablo and I loved every second of it. But now that I'm older and a little bit more jaded, I want to revisit this classic game as it was back then and see if the magic is still there, or was it just created in my own young, naive imagination. The game boots up with an obscure cutscene setting the tone and vibe for the game. And after that I get to choose my class. The three heroes I get to pick are the warrior, rogue and sorcerer. First I'm going to give sorcerer a try. Meet Mr. Fireballs, a mysterious red-garbed man from a distant land. After meeting the townsfolk like Pepe the Healer,
50 gold! Damn, bruh. Fuck you.
it's time for Mr. Fireballs to head down to the cathedral where the evil awaits.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled.
I want to raise the stakes a little bit. So starting from now, this is a hardcore run. Which means if Mr. Fireballs dies, it's GG. No second chances, no loading, it's over. This should make the run way more interesting and dangerous. Especially since Mr. Fireballs doesn't wear heavy armor to protect him like a warrior could. He's going to have to use his wits and intelligence to survive. The first time entering the dungeon, I'm met with an amazing soundtrack. Just listen to this.
Game sound is crazy good. The music is amazing. So trippy.
Back in the day, the game didn't have much in the way of technology to bring it to life, but damn man, they really went all out with what they had on the audio side. It's perfect for this game. It adds so well to the feeling of dungeon delving. Mr. Fireballs was taking it slow in the first floor of the dungeon, learning the mechanics and just trying to stay alive. The game is running at a smooth 20 frames per second. I didn't want to use any mods because I really wanted that classic experience. That's why the game isn't in widescreen mode either. But after spending a few hours reaching level 8 and becoming a fairly strong sorcerer, Mr. Fireballs was overwhelmed and killed by King Leoric.
No!
Rest in peace, Mr. Fireballs.
Henry.
Meet Henry, a native warrior to the land of Sanctuary. Blinded by his own foolish ambition, he came here to Tristram seeking fame and glory, only to find death and destruction. I chose Henry not only to try a new class, but also to play as someone more tanky, as a hopes of surviving the onslaught of demons. This wouldn't be a problem normally, but since I'm playing hardcore mode, survival is important. Being able to attack without constantly worrying about mana is a nice change. Henry's journey into the catacombs of the cathedral begins strong. He's able to dispatch enemies with ease. Not long later, Henry finds a powerful two-handed axe with an extra chance to hit. This weapon should be able to carry him safely deeper into the dungeon. Good news, guys. I forgot to click the record button and Henry died off camera to the Butcher, a fierce demon that stun-locked Henry with a powerful crushing blow. So, meet Henry's brother. He came to Tristram to find his brother who went missing in the catacombs below the cathedral. Little does Henry's brother know the evil that lurks in the shadows. To nobody's surprise, Henry's brother passed away peacefully on floor 2, completely surrounded and mauled to death. Hey, it could have been worse. Click the like button to pay respects to Henry's mom who lost both her sons. The final hero of this journey is Auntie Arrows, a local hunter in Tristram who went from deer hunting to demon hunting. Not by choice, mind you. The demon invasion left her no choice. Everything was going fine in the catacombs, but there's something that really sucks about this game. When you enter a room that has archers spamming arrows from all directions, it puts you in a difficult position. This game is not like newer Diablo games where the monsters respawn. Each floor you clear stays that way, meaning that you have limited resources moving further down to each floor, and when you get bad RNG monster spawns like an archer spam, it takes a huge toll on your resources. I can't reboot the game and farm past floors for more XP and gold to buy potions and gear. I'm stuck with what I have. Not even Dark Souls is this difficult. I believe this is just a design oversight. Being the first game to define this genre, it's obvious that some mistakes were made. Another huge problem with the game is how your characters can get stun-locked in an animation, resulting in death. Mind you that this technically wouldn't be a problem if you played normally and don't delete your save file on death like I have. So yes, the average player could power through this, but just take a look at this butcher fight.
Fresh meat my ass. Let's go.
Fresh meat.
Bring it, big boy. Oh my god, what the fuck? Get in line. What the fuck is this? This is some bullshit, bruh. This is some fucking bullshit and you know it. Look at this. Bro. Look at the stun lock. The fucking stun lock. Fuck this game.
As you can see, Auntie Arrows just gets animation stun locked and it sucks. This game is not worth playing anymore. It's great for the nostalgic factor and reliving the good old times for a few hours on a weekend, but I would much rather enjoy Diablo 2 instead. There is fun to be had here, don't get me wrong. The feeling of danger as you delve deeper and overcome tougher monsters is still there. One positive thing I did enjoy was the simplicity of the loot. Not having massive drops every time you slay a monster made each piece of loot feel special. I barely found any blue or yellow items. It makes them feel extra special when I do. It even hurts more when those items are not for my class. I love the less is more design philosophy when it comes to loot and gear. The scarcity makes the loot have more perceived value to me as a player. Let's talk about the performance. The base game runs at a poor 20 FPS. I'm going to assume that this is one of those limitations that's tied to the engine or the animations. Personally, I don't mind it. In fact, it adds to the personality, but I'm just glad it's not something we see in modern titles. Well, unless you're running an old PC like mine, then you see it every game. This game might be a critical success for the company, but I totally seeing it being overshadowed by the masterpiece that is Diablo 2. I guess younger me enjoyed it a lot more since it was an amazing product for its time. Anyway, Diablo 1 is a no-go for me. I'm deleting it and never playing it again. Do you guys remember Gothic 1? Well, I forced myself to play it to find out if it's worth playing or not anymore. Check it out in this video next. I'll see you there.